Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a story based on Incredible 2, A Day Out with Mum. Wanting to help Violet find a dress for her first date, Helen takes her kids to the shopping centre. But when a villain strikes, dress shopping is set aside as the Incredibles try to save the day. Let's get to it. Helen and Violet began picking out things for Violet to try on, but Dash and Jack kept distracting them. When Jack spotted the shopping centre's carousel, he whined and shouted, "Ba ba da ba ba ba!" Dash kept groaning as if he were in pain. Helen handed Dash some cash. "Take your brother on the carousel and go enjoy yourselves," she said, forcing a smile. "Meet us at the fountain in an hour." "Thanks," said Dash, who then wheeled and laughed and clapped Jack away. Helen sighed. "Okay, now we can focus." She pulled some dresses off the rack and Violet tried on each one, but none of them seemed like the right fit. They went into another shop and Violet found an outfit she liked. "This is cute," she said. "But oh so casual," said Helen. She held up a couple of dresses. "Look at these." Violet smiled and took them into the dressing room. Meanwhile, Dash and Jack were having a blast. First they rode on the carousel, then Dash bought Jack the biggest lollipop he could find. Unable to decide what he wanted, Dash bought all the sorts of sweets for himself. At the fountain, Helen felt sad that they hadn't found Violet anything for her to wear on her date. Soon after, Dash showed up with Jack. "Sorry we're late," he cried before Helen could reply. An alarm blared from the jewellery shop. The family slapped on their masks and revealed their super suits. The Incredibles were ready for action. At the jewellery shop, the owner explained how the thief took the jewellery and money from the till before literally vanishing. Elastigirl and the kids looked for clues. "Do you think the villain can turn invisible like Vi?" said Dash. Suddenly, another shop's alarm blared. The soups took off towards it. Alarms were now blaring from every corner of the shopping centre. "Maybe it's a team of thieves," said Elastigirl. "Or maybe he can multiply like Jack," suggested Violet. Hearing this, Jack multiplied and each baby wandered off in a different direction. A moment later they heard Jack babbling angrily and Elastigirl yelled, "Food court!" Elastigirl and Violet collected as many Jacks as they could while Dash raced to find the thief. Dash spotted the burglar and could tell right away he's definitely a supervillain. As Dash rushed towards him, he vanished in a flash of light. Dash didn't notice as the burglar reappeared right behind him. Elastigirl arrived with an armful of Jacks. She stretched to catch the villain, but he disappeared and reappeared at another till behind her. "Name's Blindspot," said the villain, smirking. He disappeared whenever one of the Incredibles got close to him. Then Violet saw Blindspot. "Coffee shop!" she yelled, pointing at him. Elastigirl and Dash ran over. All the Jacks in Elastigirl's arms merged back into one, heading towards Violet. Violet scooped up Jack, who used his laser eyes against Blindspot, but the villain disappeared again. Even with his super speed, Dash wasn't fast enough to catch the vanishing villain. Elastigirl stretched and wound her body through the shopping centre, creating a labyrinth of traps, hoping to trip him up, but Blindspot managed to disappear and reappear his way through them with ease. Then Violet caught Blindspot's reflection in one of the carousel mirrors. His eyes opened wide and he began to run. Dash approached and Blindspot disappeared again. Violet had an idea. She found Blindspot stealing cash from a clothing shop till and kicked all the dressing room doors open, revealing the mirrors inside. Once again, Blindspot looked up at the mirror, caught. Suddenly, Dash and Elastigirl realised that Violet already knew. He was travelling through their blind spots. The family used mirrors so it was impossible for Blindspot to disappear. Violet then threw a force field over the villain, trapping him inside. It was then Elastigirl noticed a dress in the window and pointed it out to Violet. "I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mum," said Violet, "but I really don't like dresses." Before replying, Elastigirl anchored the force field to the fountain, locking the trapped blind spot in place. She turned to Violet and said, "I understand. I just wanted to spend some quality time with you." "Well, you got your wish," said Violet. "Nothing says family time like catching a supervillain together." With blind spot safe in custody, the family changed and headed home. "You know what I wore on my first date with your father?" Helen asked Violet. Violet shook her head. "I have no idea," Helen said. "Clothes don't really matter, so wear something you like. You'll look fantastic, no matter what." And that was the story A Day Out with Mum, based on The Incredibles 2. Hope you really enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe the videos. Stay tuned to the channel for more videos, and we will see you next time.